Hello everybody, welcome back. Part 6, we're going to be looking at Wendi Adelson, the unindicted co-conspirator in the Dan Markel murder case, wrapping up her final part of testimony in her mother's trial. Had her brother's trial, her brother's girlfriend's trial, her brother's girlfriend's baby daddy's trial. It just goes on and on. Who's next? Her brother's girlfriend's baby daddy's cousin's boss's nephew. It just goes on and on. Look at Harvey there, isn't he great? Pocket full of pickles, ready to go. Imagine him in the movie theater. You know, everyone else is getting hot dogs, popcorn. Do you have any pickles? What kind of pickles do you have? I like the big kind. How many am I allowed to take in? I brought my own bag. Just fill my bag. My pickle bag. Okay. Welcome everybody in the chat. Good to see y'all. Good to see everybody.
Cool.
And your mom helped with the registrations as well, didn't she?
I think I did the registrations myself.
What about...
Oh, really? You did something yourself? I don't believe it. Wendy, you don't even go down to Blockbuster, if that was a thing anymore. You don't even... I mean, what do you do? We went through this last episode, you know? She doesn't work. She doesn't do anything with the children. Everything... She didn't come up with the name Jibbers. That was a friend. A friend of mine suggested that we call him Jibbers. How does that conversation go? I mean, even if we imagine that Dan Markel is being this overbearing, just, you know, threatening, just horrible vibe going on. You know, what friend sits down next to Wendy, who's supposedly in this fantasy scenario, crying and distraught and pressured and bullied, and the friend says, hang on, I just had an idea. Call him Jibbers. Yeah. Go to your phone right now and save his number as Jibbers. I mean, that friend would need some fucking serious help, right? Mentally.
Here for flag football, did your mom assist with that?
It looks like she did. There were some after-school activities.
Okay, and she registered your child under the last name Adelson, right?
Yes.
Yes. I'm a little girl. Yes.
Where was Dan Markel buried?
In Toronto.
Were you or your children in attendance at his funeral?
No.
Yeah. We were terrified. Jeff Lacasse could have been on top of a building in a sniper's nest. You saw what happened to the president. That could have been us. What about Charlie Kirk? There was no way we were going out in the open air with marksman Lacasse on the loose.
When was the last time you spoke to your mother, Donna Adelson, as we sit here today?
November of 2023.
Okay.
Yeah. Before the whole Miami International arrest thing, then I went quiet, which I had already decided to do.
So she hasn't given you any information or advice about how to testify in court, has
No,
she?
ma'am. No.
What about, you did offer testimony in November of 2023 as well, right, on a related case?
Yes,
Okay,
October.
And did your mom, when you spoke to her in November of 2023, offer you any advice or thoughts about how you should act or behave or what you should say in court?
Yes,
She did.
she did.
And what was that?
I can't tell you I remember exactly, but she was hoping I would be supportive of my brother.
Okay, and do you know what her thoughts were afterwards?
I do.
Okay, and what were they?
She was devastated.
She didn't feel you were supportive.
No.
Were you in any way involved in the plot to kill your ex-husband?
No.
You see, right there, is anyone still nursing any idea that Wendi Adelson didn't want, wish, plan, plot, arrange for Charlie and Donna to go down? I mean, you know, and be punished for fucking with her life? You know, look at you now. Right there. You know, did your mother tell you how to testify in your brother's trial? Yes. She was hoping very much that I would be supportive of my brother, which, you know, we don't need the crypto machine to decipher that means to lie under oath and paint him in the best, most not guilty light possible. She's now aligned her own mother with a wish to request that when, you know, she's associated with Charlie, who's already been found guilty. And she's saying this in court.
Did you maybe know it was going to happen but not know the details?
I did not know it was going to happen, and I did not know any details.
Yeah. Yeah. And I certainly didn't know Katherine Magbanua was involved, and I have never spoken to Sigfredo Garcia. Why do people think that? Why do people think that Wendi wanted to know the details? I've had people come to me and say, oh, no. She's such a control freak that she would have wanted to know every detail, right down to the type of gun and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no details. No details is better. No detail, Wendi.
Did you provide any information, even unknowingly in hindsight, that you think could have been used to assist the murderers?
I don't think so. I didn't provide any information.
What information do you have regarding your mother's involvement in the plot to kill your ex-husband?
I don't have information.
But you do admit that your brother said he looked into hiring a hitman to kill Dan Markel.
I don't. I admit that my brother made a tasteless joke repeatedly about buying me a TV because it was cheaper than hiring a hitman.
But then someone did hire a hitman who did kill Dan Markel, right?
Yes, that happened.
So what if the joke had been like about Dan Markel, you know, squashing, you know, sitting on a banana and squashing it so that it went all over his trousers and made a terrible mess. And then the next day, he went into FSU and actually did sit on a banana. Would that be a coincidence?
Was part of the plot to kill your ex for you to have plausible deniability or to know very little about it?
I was not.
Plausible deniability. There you go. I mean, I'm going to write that down. That might be the title of our super dive. Plausible deniability. When we disprove all of that crap that people talk about, hey, the beach meeting, last minute murder plans. No. We already heard from Yindra Velasquez Mascaro. They got a chicken sandwich, that's it. They borrowed a swimsuit, that's it. There was nothing.
Not involved in any plot.
Oh, hang on. Christina, hello. What does Christina have for us here? Christina says, right, and there would be no way that Georgia could have known that Donna asked Wendy to support Charlie. She did not need to say that other than to bury Donna. I agree with the second portion. No way that Georgia could have known that Donna asked Wendy to support Charlie. Well, they had taps on the phones, didn't they? I mean, Donna certainly seemed to think so. On the advice of Dan Rashbaum. That was on the jailhouse calls with Charlie. Donna said that to Charlie, that, oh yeah, they've got our phones tapped now, and they're not done. They're not done at all. So if that happened on a phone call, Georgia certainly could know.
Kill Danny.
Were you shielded from the plot because, I don't know, you couldn't be trusted to keep a secret?
I was not involved in any plot to kill Danny.
Why did you tell investigator Isom in your law enforcement interview that you were worried the police, or you were worried, I guess, in the police car on the way to be interviewed, that you might be considered a suspect?
Because I couldn't think of anything bad going on in his life other than the divorce. And
What about the student that he gave a bad grade to? A B? A fucking B? Where does this guy live?
the ex-wife is a suspect.
Were you treated as a suspect?
I was not.
Yeah.
But you mentioned...
Yeah, they gave me a victim advocate. It couldn't have gone better. Yeah. I had people bringing me tissues, offering me drinks. I almost ordered one with a little bourbon.
You mentioned 9 times in your law enforcement interview being a suspect, didn't you?
I did, yes.
When you were approached at the restaurant, you weren't yet told that this was a shooting, were you?
I was not.
You were only told something happened with your ex-husband.
I don't even know if I was told that. I was very scared something happened to my kids, and that's why law enforcement was there, and they wouldn't tell me what was going on.
But they did reassure you that the kids were fine. You remember
They told me
that?
that law enforcement officers were with the children, which terrified me because I didn't know why my children would need law enforcement officers.
So you didn't know what this was
Yeah. Maybe they were dealing drugs at the play school.
about at all when you were in the police car.
In the car, they told me.
Okay, in the car they told you what?
They said, your ex-husband has been shot.
Okay. So that you learned that information prior to getting into the interview room?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, don't forget to hit that like button. That would help us out a great deal. Like, thumb, thumb, thumb.
Do you remember allowing law enforcement to take possession of your computer in that interview?
I told law enforcement to search my phone, search my computer, search my house, search my car. I was trying to be helpful.
Do you remember saying that it was okay for them to take the computer and keep it even though you had work things on there because you didn't think you would be going back to work?
I remember thinking it wasn't important. I couldn't imagine. My life fell apart.
But you didn't go back to work, did you, at FSU?
I did actually go back, not physically present, but I was still on the FSU payroll until December of that year.
Okay.
Yeah, I managed to get them to keep paying me. I had a good relationship with the bursar, and yeah, they gave me full salary for 12 months. Yeah, no, I did actually go back. I mean, not to do anything or like physically in the building, but they paid me.
In that interview with law enforcement, did you suggest that your parents are people who may have been angry enough to kill Dan Markel?
I suggested a
Hey. Out and About 4812 is asking about coffee. How's the coffee in jail, D? Which reminds me, we've got about 2 hours to get as many cups in as we possibly can. So if you like the show, if you want to keep the show, if you want to keep the show coming to you, support the channel on buymeacoffee.com/True Crime Metrics. It is the greatest, the best way to support the channel going forward. And you can do it right now. The link is in the description. We would appreciate it.
lot of people who could have been angry enough to kill Danny.
And were some of the people my parents?
Yes.
Acapella, good to see you, man.
But you said in the interview that you didn't think they were capable of it, didn't you?
I did.
If your mom wasn't capable of it, did she have anyone that she could enlist to assist her?
I don't know.
What was your first thought when you were asked if anyone might have murdered Dan Markel for your benefit?
I thought maybe a crazed friend or a former student.
It's not what you said.
Or that rage thug I was dating. You know, that jealous rage thug. The puffy, red face, sweaty.
Though, is it?
I don't remember exactly what I said first.
You said Charlie, right?
If that's what I said, then you have it there, but I don't remember who I listed first.
Okay, can you at least tell the jury you definitely did say Charlie as one of those people?
I did.
Do you remember saying, if somebody tried to kill my ex-husband, they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law?
Yes.
And Isom says, regardless of who it is, and do you recall your answer?
I do recall my answer.
What was that?
I think I was hoping it wasn't anyone in my family, and so that idea that it was someone in my family gave me pause.
All right, but that wasn't your answer, was it?
I mean, I don't remember word for word what I said, but that was my sentiment.
I mean, it would be different if it were my brother. Anyone outside of my immediate family? That's a tough one, but I don't think my immediate family did this. That's word for word, Wendy.
At the time.
Was your answer for court and counsel, this is law enforcement interview page 122, lines 7 through 12. If somebody tried to kill my ex-husband, they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Question, regardless of who it is. Answer, I mean, it would be different if I thought it were my brother. Did you call your mom from the interview room at Tallahassee Police Department?
I did.
And did she answer the phone?
She did.
When she answered, did she advise you that your dad was in the shower?
I don't remember whether my dad was in the shower.
You asked her to sit down. Do you remember that?
I do.
All right. And by asking her to sit down, would that signify...
Your dad's in the shower with beef cheeks and clamfish. I don't know what the hell they're doing in there. It's been 2 hours.
To her that this was going to be something serious you were going to reveal or say?
I was concerned about her age and if she were standing that she could, hurt herself if she fell down.
Okay. And do you recall that she at that point asked if she could put you on speakerphone?
Has anyone ever actually done that? Hands up in the chat if anyone has been on the phone, received shocking news, and gone down like a sack of hammers. I've never seen that. I've never even come close to experiencing that myself or as a witness. Never.
I don't remember, but that sounds plausible.
What was the purpose of putting the phone on speaker, if you know?
I would be guessing, but so my dad could hear too.
But wasn't Dad in the shower, or you don't remember that part?
I don't remember if my dad was in the shower.
Was anyone else there, to your knowledge?
I don't think so.
Was Charlie there, to your knowledge?
I don't think so.
Did you ask your mom in that telephone conversation to tell Charlie what was going on?
I think I did. I didn't want to make any more phone calls.
And your mom took the news pretty well, didn't she, this phone call?
I wouldn't say she took the news well. I think she was upset.
Did you say something different in your law enforcement interview after you got off the phone with her?
I don't think I did. I don't think I said something like that.
Didn't you say...
Why would Charlie even need to know? Unless at that exact moment...
I have been Donna Adelson's husband for over 50 years. And I could not help but scream in my mind. Donna has always been a one-sided wife who told outright lies. You're sending an innocent woman to prison. Thank you, Judge and jury, for allowing me to speak.
Yeah, I gotta switch back to Katie. But hey, thank you. Who was that? That was Amy Cham. Hey, thank you so much, Amy Cham, for the 3 cups of coffee on buymeacoffee.com. That is a great way to support the channel, and we appreciate it. Yeah, why would Charlie need to know? I mean, she acts like that there was this urgent Charlie must be communicated with to inform him about what happened to Professor Markel, and, you know, she doesn't want to do it herself because she has to be singularly focused on taking care of those boys. But, you know, unless Charlie was at that precise moment, halfway through, painting the letters of the new name for the back of his new boat, the Dan Markel. Or what did someone call it the other day? Danny Boy. The Danny Boy. Yeah. If he was midway through stenciling the name of his new boat, he might have to be informed, you know, because surely that would be bad luck for a boat, wouldn't it? I mean, you'd have to, you wouldn't want to take it out in a storm, put it that way. You named it after someone that just got shot in the face. Definitely not.
Page 265, line 5 through 6.
Music
Quote,
by
my
Brian.
mom handled that pretty well.
I may have said that. I can check it. Can you tell me the line again?
Yes, ma'am. Page 265, line 5 and 6.
Yeah, my mom handled that pretty well. She sounded like authentically shocked. What? You know, do you think Donna had been rehearsing? We know that she Googled how to what was it? How actors fake emotion or something, like getting these acting tips. So she probably looked up how to sound shocked on a phone call, right? What?
Yes, that's what I said.
And then page 280, line 22 and 23. Did you also say, well, my parents sounded really surprised, so that's at least a relief?
All right, we've got to test this sound clip here. Let me see if this works. Katie is coming back. No? What?
Fucking A, bro. I'm gonna fucking fuck up where the fuck you fucking with me.
Fucking A, bro. Yeah. Support the channel. We got Katie back. Buymeacoffee.com. Thank you.
Yes, I see that here.
No further questions.
Just one moment, Your Honor.
cross-examination. Lee says that whole phone call to her mom from the interview room that day is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, and something. We agree. Okay, Jackie Fulford's coming up. I hope you're ready to be wowed. We were saying the other day how Harvey Adelson looks like he should have his face on the label of a jar of pickles. You know, the kind of just as a marketing. You know, but Donna Adelson also. You know, what would she be selling? Something to do with baking. You know, she looks like the fucking Pillsbury Doughboy. You know, like I get just this commercial. You know, this homely white cardigan. I bake my cookies for the whole neighborhood because they're that good.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I represent your mother in this case. You've never spoken to me about this case, correct?
I have not.
I guess the best place to start is where you left off with respect to the comments that you made regarding your mother taking it well. When's the last time you listened to that call?
I haven't listened to it. You listened to the call I had with my mom. I've never listened to it.
Well, from the interview room, you've never listened to your interview?
I have read the transcript of my interview, but I never listened to my interview.
You don't.
I never listened to my interview. Charlie Adelson said the same thing. I actually don't think I've seen her interview. What? So you're telling me that you're going to be arrested for murder, right? And you are not going to look at a key piece, 6-hour video of your own sister in a police interview saying your name? I don't think that's going to be worth my time. I've got dominoes. I got to play dominoes with my bunkie.
Don't recall the shock in your mother's voice when you told her what had happened?
I do think she was shocked.
You could hear that over the phone, correct?
Yes.
So many topics were covered, I'm going to have to kind of skip around, okay? Katie Magbanua, Katherine Magbanua, I guess people call her Katie. There was a picture of you with her at the beach, and there was another young lady there. You recall that?
I recall the picture, yes.
And that was Father's Day weekend, I guess, of 2014?
Yes, ma'am.
And I think your testimony was that really you only knew her with Charlie, is that right?
That's right.
Was Charlie at the beach?
No.
Your mother wasn't there either, was she?
No.
And then I think you mentioned that you had had a dinner with Katie?
And my brother.
Okay. Was that before you went to the beach?
He was at the beach. I'm sure Yindra told us that it was Charlie that took the picture. And I believe her, you know?
It was a different time.
Do you recall if it was before then?
It was before,
Okay.
but several months before.
Several months before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if this was Father's Day, when do you think you actually met her for the first time?
I think I met her when I was doing the alternative spring break, so that's usually March or April.
Same year?
Same year.
And the dinner that was mentioned, is that the first place you ever met her?
That's the first place I remember meeting her.
And who all was there?
It was my brother and Katie and Jeff and I. Jeff
Mr.
Lacasse.
I'm sorry, how you pronounce it?
Lacasse.
Lacasse. Okay, so the four of you were there. Your mother was not there.
No.
I want you to, it's been 11 years, so a lot I'm sure has happened to you in the past 11 years. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And your memory may not be as good as it was of things that happened back then, now that 11 years has passed. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Chauncey.
As best you can,
Hello.
I want you to take yourself out of the year 2025 and go back to the years somewhere like 2010 through 2014 when Mr. Markel was murdered, okay?
Okay.
In that time frame,
The fuck? I want you to take yourself out of the year 2025 and go back. Go back to when Markel was murdered. The fuck? Just, is that necessary? Can't I just use this thing in my head called a memory?
are going to be most of the questions that I ask you.
Okay.
All right.
It's like dark brown. You know, people have been saying that Donna Adelson looks like dark brown. You know, get in the DeLorean. Like, you know, the fuck. Maybe he's the one that built the memory machine.
I think you testified you had a brother, Charlie,
Yes.
and you have a brother, Rob.
Yes.
So that was a five-member family.
Yes.
Okay. And Rob's the oldest.
Yes.
Don't forget Sam. What about Sam?
Charlie's the middle,
Yes.
and you're the baby.
Yes.
Okay. And you grew up in a
I'm
house.
sorry, Miss Fulford. It's little sweet innocent baby. Okay?
Household where was your mother working
That also went to Cambridge.
when you were younger?
No.
Okay. She stayed home with the kids.
She did.
And at some point, she went back into teaching, which is what she had done before she had her first child, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And she did that after you were in school, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And then you all went to school, grade school, high school, you grew up, right?
Yes.
Each one of you went off to college.
Yes.
Each one of you got a postgraduate degree.
Yes.
So you're an attorney.
Yes.
Charlie became a periodontist.
Yes.
Which is someone who does surgery related to dentistry, correct?
Yes.
And then Rob's a doctor as well.
Yes.
And throughout the time that you all were going to college, your parents helped support you,
Yes.
every one of you.
Yes.
And you had a good childhood.
I did.
And your mom took good care of you all.
Yes.
She treated you well.
Yes.
Very kind,
Yes.
very loving,
Yes.
very caring towards her family and others.
Yes.
Yeah, as long as we completely, you know, aligned ourselves with her wishes, which we were trained to do.
I think you once described her as being kind, empathetic, and very loving and sensitive person. Do you recall that?
I don't recall that, but that sounds right.
That she radiates positivity.
Yeah. No, it sounded a lot better than conniving, manipulative, selfish, and wicked. You know, it was 50-50 in my mind, but you know, it was being recorded, so I went for the nice one. Did I mention that in my senior year I was voted least likely to commit murder?
Yes.
She has a very loving and respectful and fun relationship with my dad. They are very much in love. Now it's been 54 years.
It has.
Yeah.
You said your mom was completely selfless.
What is all that stuff that she does, you know? They're 50 years in. Oh, they're super happy and in love. It makes me sick when I see that, you know?
Yes.
That's the opposite of selfish.
It is.
Means she's caring more about
And where did she sell the fish? Did she steal these fish?
others than she does about herself.
Did she have a license to sell fish?
Yes, ma'am.
And what she did was for others.
Yes.
Never doing anything for herself.
Correct.
She was invested in
Derek.
your lives. And would you say she was a good mother to you?
Yes. Very good mother.
And a very good grandmother as well.
Yes.
When
Yeah.
you had your first child,
Very good mother, yeah. when I was 6, I said that maybe I want to grow up and be a tennis player, and they built me a court. They just made a huge space in the garden and made a double tennis court with a fence and everything. So the ball wouldn't get hurled across the way.
And you needed someone to help out. Your mother came,
She did.
and she spent time there.
Yes.
And when the baby was crying in the middle of the night so that you could get some rest, she took care of the baby.
She did.
And she did that for both of your children.
Yes.
Fair to say that your mom has always been there for you when you needed her?
Yes.
For little things and big things.
Yes.
Now you said...
Jackie, I'm not sure where we're going with that one. For little things, like looking after the baby, and big things like, well, if your custody litigation isn't going well, we'll be there any way we can.
That you testified that you left Danny in September of 2012. You recall that?
Yes.
From September of 2012 until March of 2013, your mother actually spent quite a bit of time helping you with the boys in Tallahassee, correct?
She did. Yes.
She would go home and take care of things there, but she would return.
Yes.
So a substantial amount of each month, she was there assisting you with the children.
Yes.
While you were at work, she may take them to school. Is that correct, their daycare?
I don't remember that one, whether I dropped them at school or my mom did, but it's certainly possible that she took them to school.
She might have picked them up.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She did some housework, cleaning up around the house.
Yes.
She bought groceries.
Yes.
She cooked.
Yes.
She cleaned.
Yes.
She was there for you because you had just left a marriage where you had a partner helping you, and now you were adjusting to being by yourself, correct?
Yes.
Now, at the time, this time period we're talking about, your mother lived in, where did you say, Coral Springs?
Coral Springs.
And where is that in relation to Miami?
It's Broward County, so it's the county north of Dade County, which is where Miami is.
And in Broward County, that's like where Fort Lauderdale is?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and their dentist practice that they had that's been referred to, Adelson Institute.
Yes.
That was located in Broward County, correct?
It was, yes.
Not far from where your parents lived.
Yes, in Tamarack, so close to Coral Springs.
Okay. And at some point, they got the place down in Miami, right?
Yes.
So what they were doing was they would work Monday through Thursday and stay at their home in Coral Springs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
then they would go and spend the weekend at the place in Miami. Is that right?
I don't think every weekend, but some weekends.
Some of them. Okay.
Yeah.
And you visited there.
I did.
Okay. Now, when your mother would come up to assist you or just to visit with you and the children and Danny, did she drive typically or fly?
I think sometimes drive, sometimes fly.
Okay, and that's
Most of the time drive, I think.
most of the time drive, and that's almost an 8-hour trip, correct?
It is, yes.
And at the time that this occurred, your mother would have been, when Danny was murdered, she would have been, let's see, 64-ish.
That sounds right.
She's 75 now. Is that yes?
Yes.
And sometimes she would rent cars, is that right?
Yes.
As opposed to driving her vehicle.
Yes.
Okay. Your father came sometimes as well to help out?
Yes.
I want to talk about Mr. Markel for a few minutes. I think you said you met online,
We did.
but you were attracted to him.
Yes.
He was a handsome young man.
Yes.
You're a beautiful young woman.
Thank you.
And you got married.
Yeah. Is that right?
We did, yes.
And there were times, I mean, we've heard
You're a beautiful young woman that combs her hair with a dead raccoon. I mean, what the fuck?
about the divorce. But before the divorce, there were times where you had a happy marriage.
Yes.
And you all enjoyed spending time together.
Yes.
The two of you together and with your children.
Yes.
And even your parents who would come up and spend time with you.
Yes.
And your parents actually took you and Danny on vacations, right?
Yes.
There was one trip where they took you out of the country and you went ziplining. Do you remember that?
Yes, we went to Costa
Thank you, Haley, for that super chat. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Rica.
And after the ziplining is when you told them that you were pregnant, correct?
I went ziplining pregnant, yes.
Okay. You would agree with me?
Oh, the memories, Donna, the fantastic memories. My crazy daughter, she got up there on that zip line, and pregnant zip line. Oh, so reckless we were. Good times, good times.
That Danny, I'm saying Danny because
And after that, after she got on the zip line pregnant, she drank a whole bottle of vodka to herself. Pregnant. Not a care in the world, my daughter. Boom! Thank you, Haley, again.
that's what people call him. I'm not trying to be disrespectful of him. He's
No, I called him Danny.
okay. You would agree that he was very intelligent.
Yeah. Did you? Because, you know, the records indicate it's gibbers. You know, I called him Danny. I called him Danny to his face, you know.
Yes, very.
He had 2 degrees from Harvard, correct?
Yes.
Undergraduate and law school.
Yes, ma'am.
He did a lot of writing,
Yes.
and at the time that he was murdered, he was a tenured professor at the College of Law here at FSU, correct?
Yes.
And becoming tenured is not like an automatic thing. You have to work towards that, right?
Yes,
Takes a lot of time,
it does.
a lot of effort. He put in a lot of work.
Did you ever get it, Wendy? Ever had that tenure, or just gave up on the whole climbing the ladder thing? Because, you know, that would mean that you would have to work.
to gain that status.
Yes.
Okay. And he traveled to go and speak at different places, right?
Yes.
And he was well respected by his colleagues.
Yes, very.
Okay. And after he had children, those became the love of his life, didn't they?
Yes.
And even after you separated, I think.
Hello, Shiny. Hello. Hi, Metrics. I will get onto your illustration requests soon. We'll check if you still want a pig and a dentist. I didn't get the reference, but if you want, no problem. Yeah, the reference is Charlie Adelson saying that, I mean, he's got this thing when he's on the stand, talking in all of these, I don't even know what to call it. Is it a euphemism? I don't know. But he's trying to describe what it was like for him in the early stages when he finished residency, or it might have been at the same time. He says, I was working nights, put in a lot of hours, you know, moonlighting, and then I piggybacked off the back of another dentist, and you know, so he says he was piggybacking through the moonlight. And that's the beautiful phrase that to me is poetry, and I just think a nice illustration of a dentist in scrubs riding on the back of a pig that's sort of happy and bounding over a hilly scene, a hilly meadow through a valley or something, you know, with the moon above, so that Charlie Adelson is piggybacking through the moonlight. And then, you know, it would say the sort of, is it a catchphrase? I guess so. Say that phrase on the shirt. And I would love people all across America to be wearing that, and for other people to see them and wonder why and what that means. Yeah, that's the idea. If you have an illustration, that'd be great to see. We'd love to see.
I think you would agree with me that Danny made a great deal of effort to get as much time with his children as he could. Is that fair?
Yes, absolutely.
Even when it was your time to have the children, he would go to their preschool and visit with them there.
Yes.
He wanted to talk to them on the phone when he didn't have them,
Yes.
and he wanted to
Yeah.
Skype with them.
Yes.
Correct?
But that was all fake. He was just trying to make the judge. He was trying to trick the judge in our litigation to say that he was an involved, caring father. You know, that's it. You know, before I left, he wouldn't get back until 10, and then go straight to bed.
Okay.
Have the kids had their dinner? Okay, good. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
And that, I'm sorry, I'm old, but that involved like a computer where you can see each other while you're talking. Is that right?
I think now it's something you could do on the phone, but back then you needed a computer.
And you assisted with that.
I did.
Not necessarily the schedule he wanted.
I'm sorry?
You didn't necessarily keep the schedule that Danny
Michelle, salute.
wanted for Skyping, right?
I did try.
You tried.
Yes.
But that was one of the things you two bickered about.
It was.
Okay. And during the time that you were with Danny, your mother was always kind to him, wasn't she?
She was.
Before you got married to him,
Yes.
while you were married to him,
Yes.
while you were separated,
Yes.
and after the divorce.
Yes.
And there's been a lot of testimony and a lot of pictures put up, lots of things highlighted about.
I'll definitely look like Charlie. Hello, Shiny. It's gotta be a Charlie Adelson dentist. You know, definitely. That's the whole point.
The ugly things that your mother said about Danny during the course of the separation, the divorce, and the follow-up litigation, right?
Yes.
And you shared, as you've testified, some of the pleadings that were filed in your case.
Yes.
And some of the pleadings weren't very attractive towards you, were they?
No.
They described things that were derogatory towards you. Is that fair?
Yes.
And the communications that you had with Danny during the separation leading up to the divorce and some thereafter were pretty critical of you, weren't they?
The communication on paper, which
Right.
was very different than the communication in person.
Right, but the paperwork was critical.
Yes.
And you shared that with your mother.
Yes.
And some of the things that he said to you in writing, whether they were communications or in the pleadings, upset you.
Yes.
Some of it was very upsetting to you.
Yes.
And you shared it with your mother, and then she became upset.
Yes.
And she said bad words.
Yes.
She called him a lot of bad names.
Yes.
She said ugly things about him.
Yes.
But not one single time did she ever suggest in writing or to you personally that Danny deserved to be harmed, did she?
Never.
Never said he needed to be killed.
Never.
Never suggested any harm to him in any way.
Never.
And those things that she said to you in the emails, the communications I assume that you all thought were between yourselves, you never shared those with Danny, did you?
No.
And during the separation, well, during the time you're married, we've already established, but during the separation, if Danny needed help with the children, your mother assisted him, didn't she?
He had called her and asked for help at various times, and she did.
And after the divorce, the same thing, correct?
He would call and ask for help, and she would help.
Let's see here. Do you have State's Exhibit 60 up there?
I don't see anything that says 60 on it.
I can't use this book. What is this, JJ? May I approach the witness, Your Honor? I'm going to show you what has been entered into evidence as State's Exhibit 60, and I think they refer to it as JJ.
Okay.
Okay? And this would be your, it's going to fall if you don't hold that
Okay,
side. I'm
no
sorry.
problem.
I can't get this over for some reason.
I can try.
But this has been referred to as the pleadings that are within your dissolution file.
Okay.
Okay? I'm going to leave that with you, okay?
Okay.
Could you look at that document, the JJ, please?
Yes. You want me to just keep reading through it?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I want you to familiarize yourself with it.
I'm still reading through it. Should I continue to
I
read
just
to
want,
the?
you don't need to read every word. If you would just familiarize yourself so that you can recall the substance of that pleading.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Prior to you filing your petition for dissolution, do you want me to come and get that?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Prior to filing your petition for dissolution, what kind of experience did you have regarding divorce proceedings?
I'm trying to understand the question.
Yeah, sure.
Prior to filing the dissolution of marriage,
Yes.
there weren't any divorce proceedings prior to filing.
What, I guess what I'm saying is because you're an attorney, were you familiar with family law?
No,
Had you participated in any helping anybody with their dissolution of marriage?
I had not.
Completely unfamiliar with the process.
I was unfamiliar with the process.
And that pleading that's before you, are you back on the front page of that?
I can get back to the front page.
Thank you.
I'm on the front page.
Okay. And could you
So what is this whole thing about, I'm a lawyer? You don't know how a divorce works? Oh, it was a different area. Criminal law. Yeah, I did a semester in 2004. I was mainly immigration, which, as far as I can gather, as far as it pertains to Wendi, was that she would help someone fill out a form. And this is where you put your address, and this is your date of birth, family name, and given name. Now, would you categorize yourself as white, black, or Hispanic? Okay. I mean, that's it, right? I'm a lawyer by
read
training.
for the jury what the title of that pleading is?
Yes, ma'am. Former husband's counter motion for enforcement of MSA on parenting issues and motion for contempt and sanctions.
Doesn't say
And you can tell I'm totally unfamiliar with this because I am reading the words as if I am only looking at them for the first time.
grandmother motion, does it?
No.
And in fact, the overwhelming majority of that motion relates to Danny's complaints about you and parenting issues, correct?
It does, yes.
And in fact, what they call the grandmother part of that motion is really Danny complaining about you not meeting the requirements of the right of first refusal, correct?
That's correct.
Because his complaint is that if you gave him the right of first refusal, some of the times he could take it and the children would be with him instead of the grandmother.
Yes.
It wasn't actually suggesting that from this point forward, your mother could no longer have anything but supervised visitation, correct?
I didn't see it that way.
Okay. And in any event, your mother never saw that motion, did she?
No, she did not.
May I approach? I'm going to take the book. I don't know if I need to give it back to you or not. That way it's not going to fall on you.
Okay.
Now, the state has referred to this bribe. You've heard him talk about that, correct?
I believe so.
They suggested, because I think there are emails that discuss this, about potentially offering Danny $1 million.
Yes.
And your understanding of what was trying to take place there, because you actually put that in writing, was it wasn't to take the children away from Danny, was it?
No.
It was in hopes that he would relocate to Miami as well, correct?
Yes.
And that although you would live separate lives, you could raise your children together, correct?
Yes.
Because there were more opportunities for him, Danny, to practice his Jewish faith in Miami than there is in Tallahassee, correct?
Correct.
They have kosher food in
Yes.
Lots of it.
Yes.
They don't have that in Tallahassee.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, they got kosher food. Come on, they got a synagogue on every corner. There's more synagogues than there are sushi bars. It's the best for both of us. You know, I can get sushi, and you can go to worship. So, you know, it's great. There's a synagogue with a jet ski dock right outside, so that, you know, Charlie can drop you off to worship and then go and do his dentist work. And it's just amazing, isn't it? All Jews live in Miami.
And the $1 million offer was not to bribe him in what sounds like an illegal sense. It was an incentive for him to relocate himself to Miami, correct?
Yes. That was my understanding, yes.
You lived there with him before?
Yeah, all fucking people that want to make a bribe look less, you know, what is the word? What is the word? You know, I don't know if it's illegal. You know, they always say, no, bribe, no, it's an incentive. You look like you need a little help.
Before.
Yes.
And he liked living there.
Yes, he
In
liked
fact-
it very much.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
No, that's okay. I was just saying he liked it very much.
In fact, he tried to get a professorship at the University of Miami School of Law.
He did.
And if he had gotten that, the plan between you and he was to stay in Miami, correct?
We would have, yes.
But he didn't get it, and so he had already been employed by FSU College of Law, right?
Yes.
And so you moved up here and finished law school, and you all remained in this area.
Yes.
So the $1 million would offset, as the state has mentioned, travel expenses if he moved there, correct?
Right.
He only taught 2 days a week, right?
Yes.
And so that would have given him the opportunity to live in Miami, but for the 2 days a week he needed to be in Tallahassee, he could take plane trips, right?
Yes.
And be here.
Yes.
And if you all had done that, he still could have enjoyed 50% parenting time with his children, right?
That would have been the same, yes.
It wasn't to take him away from the kids.
No.
We're going to talk about relocation more than once, but I just want to make sure I understand how that all came about, okay? So it was, you left the marital home in August or September of 2012,
I think it was September.
okay? So you separated officially in 2012.
Yes.
By the time he was murdered, almost 2 years had passed,
Yes.
okay? Do I understand it correctly that somewhere around October or November of 2012 that you interviewed for a job at a law firm in Miami?
I did.
And that was the Grossman firm?
I think it's Grossman and Roth.
Okay. And somewhere around December of 2012, they made you an offer.
They did.
And I don't need to know numbers, but was it substantially more than you were making in Tallahassee?
It was, and it was just more secure.
More secure. Okay. Not more money?
No, it was more money, but it just, more than anything, it was secure money as opposed to grant money that could be taken away.
Okay. So you were a professor also at the law school here in Tallahassee?
I was.
FSU?
Yes.
You were not tenured?
No, I was a clinical professor.
Okay. So being tenured means you have more stability in your job.
Yes, you
It's
have more job security.
Job security, okay. And so you got that offer in December, and sometime in January, you told Danny that you had a good job offer, correct?
Yes, I asked to meet with him, and we went to get coffee and talk about it.
Okay, and in part of that discussion, you asked him if he would consider all of you, not together, but all of you
Yes.
relocating to Miami, correct?
I did.
And he was going to consider that,
He
correct?
said he was considering it. He wasn't opposed to it.
Okay. You thought it would be good for all of you, correct?
I thought it could be.
Including the boys.
Yes.
Okay. He
Hey,
decided.
thanks again, Haley, for that nice super chat. We appreciate it. Just a reminder to everybody else, head over to buymeacoffee.com. Buyme.coffee.com is the best way this week. Why? Because that mean old landlord's coming to the Metric studio Friday. Yeah. buymeacoffee.com/support the channel. True Crime Metrics.
Decided he didn't want to do it, right?
He changed his mind.
Okay. But you didn't change your mind, right?
No, I kept going with it.
So you filed a motion for temporary relocation, and you also amended your petition for dissolution to add relocation, correct?
Clove!
I did.
Okay. At the time that you filed it, did you think you had a good shot at it?
I thought I had a shot. I didn't really know. It would depend on the judge.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll go back to it later, but I guess on June the 18th of 2013, which would be right before your divorce was finalized, right? You had a hearing on your motion for relocation.
Yes.
And the state has already presented in its exhibits a copy of the order, and relocation was denied, correct?
It was.
Okay. And after relocation was denied, you and Danny were able to work out some kind of temporary schedule for the summer?
We were.
Okay. And then you proceeded forward, and there's been discussion. There was a mediation that did not resolve your divorce, but within a few days thereafter, you did come to an agreement with Danny, correct?
We did.
You agreed to all of the issues in the dissolution of marriage, right?
Yes.
Including how you were going to share time with him.
Yes.
Was it ever your intention in the dissolution proceedings, from the time that you moved out of your marital home, that you would actually take the children's custody completely away from Danny so that he couldn't see them?
No.
Did you always want them to be a big part of his life?
Of course.
He loved them and they loved him.
Yes.
Beth says the way Donna keeps looking at the jury like the boss constantly watching, or making sure you're washing that window again on a down day just to be in control. Yeah, it reminds me when I had a boss. He always used to come in and say, "Hey, metrics, how come you're not working?" I said, "Well, there's nothing to do." He said, "Well, you pretend like you're working." I said, "Well, why don't you pretend I'm working?" Yeah, you get paid more than me. You fantasize. Pretend I'm mopping. Knock yourself out. I tell you what, I'll pretend I'm the boss. Now step into my office. 'Cause you're fucking fired. This is kind of fun, isn't it? I think I'll clock off early today. So, Monday?
Yes. That's fine. The bailiff will take you all to the room.
Yeah, I think this was a much more boring trial for the jury. They had such a better time in Charlie's trial, but, we did not get to see Donna testify. How regrettable is that? I mean, I feel like we were all a little cheated out of that.
Fucking A, bro. I'm gonna
Boom!
fuck up where the fuck you fucking with me.
Thank you, someone. Which someone is that? I bet it's fabulous. Omar. Thank you, Omar. Free Luis Rivera, free Palestine, eat the landlords. Yes. I think we just found our new merch. Yeah. No, that's great. Thank you, Omar, for the coffee on buymeacoffee.com/True Crime Metrics. How much longer we got? We got an hour. One more hour to get as many as we possibly can in. Let's go. I love how they've installed a special back of the head cam for Wendi, just for us to see exactly what is going on with that mess.
They can come over here to use it if they need to. Thank you. You all can be seated. Zalman, if your client does need to use a bathroom break at this point, this would be the opportunity to do so. We'll be in, we'll take a 5-minute break. Hopefully the jurors will be ready at that point. You can step down if you need to.
I'll wait. Thank you.
Everyone can be seated.
Yeah, no, the jigsaw puzzle of Daniel Rashbaum, of Daniel Rashbaum doing a puzzle, you know, really involved, leant over, one piece in hand, looking, you know, that's what we want. But the merch store that we use at the moment, they don't have jigsaw puzzles, unfortunately. I mean, we could get it done, but you know, I don't think there's going to be enough to justify spending some time on it, really, at the moment, unfortunately. But we'll come back to it. We always do. Adelson Cookbook on the way. Support the channel. Support the cookbook. Got to raise those funds.
Ms. Fulford, you may continue with your cross-examination.
Thank you. I have just a bunch of oddball questions at this point. You recall getting emails from your mother
Yes.
and your father,
Well, yes, from both, from the same email.
and I think you had a necklace at some point during that time period that said, never, never, never give up.
I did.
And your parents would sometimes put that in the emails back to you, correct?
Yes.
I need to know if you recall this. Your parents, you had mentioned when they went out of the country, you used the WhatsApp to communicate with them because it was free of charge.
Yes.
And you could call them free of charge?
Yes.
And you could message with them free of charge?
Both, yes.
Okay. And when your parents would go out of town, do you recall that they had a routine where your mother would take her phone, but your father would not get the plan to travel with? Do you recall that?
That sounds right.
Okay. And wasn't that because if you called the Adelson Institute and you got the answering machine, it was an old-fashioned answering machine, right?
Yes.
And what it gave out if you reached the answering machine was your father's cell phone number.
Yes.
So he didn't want to be contacted when he was out of town, and that's what people would get, right?
Yes.
The birthday party that's been mentioned for your dad, it was his 70th birthday.
It was.
And although I don't think it ended up being a surprise, your mom was trying to plan a party for him where he knew his children and grandchildren would be there, but she was trying to surprise him with the friends.
That's right.
Okay. And you might have helped her with some of those preparations.
I think so.
And she planned it for several months, right?
Yes.
And I think one of the things that you got involved with was a caterer that was going to be used to cook paella. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. At the party.
It's pronounced paella. I remember on the night of, I speak Spanish, so I spoke with him in Spanish because I don't think he spoke much English.
And Mommy, your mother didn't speak Spanish, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, let's hear it, Wendi. Wow us with your international yo tengo problemo grande.
You weren't actually making the order and buying it, correct?
No, I didn't pay for anything.
Yeah, that's the story of your life. Yeah, but pay? Who, me? Blue River. Daphne.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm sorry, it's still Adelson, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Adelson, I'm going to approach and show you what's been marked, just for identification purposes, as Defense 49J, and ask you to look at that and tell me if you've ever seen that before.
I have seen this before.
Okay, and that's an email that your father sent to you regarding the appointment that he had made for the TV to be repaired, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And on the front page, you can see where he's forwarding it to you, and it says, "Love, Dad," right?
Yes.
And then he tells you when the appointment's going to be, Friday the 18th between 8 and 12, right?
Yes.
And then when you flip, well, now stay on the first page. Do you see down almost 2/3 of the way down where it has the order information and the order creation date?
Yes.
And that date was what?
The order creation date is July 11th, 2014.
Okay. And on the next page, where the problem description is, it says that Harvey called in, stated that the 55-inch TV had some problems, right?
Yes.
Go to the next page. It repeats about the complaint that your father had about what was wrong with the TV, right?
Yes.
If you scroll down, there are some questions under date submitted, right?
Yes.
Whether the TV is wall mounted,
Yes.
what the size of the TV is,
Yes.
if it's mounted over 6 feet high,
Yes.
if the height of the ceiling,
Yes.
is it eligible for a loaner?
Yes.
Was it installed by the Geek Squad?
Yes.
Mounted over 6 feet high. Why would anyone do that? Yeah. We have we have a live-in chiropractor at my house. We don't know anything about the AV equipment, but we do put our TV on the ceiling for some reason.
Is the product that we're going to service in a place of business?
So I'm saying yes that I see these questions, but the answer to that question is no.
Right.
Okay.
Correct. That's what I was going to point out. So your
Okay.
dad said no to that one, correct?
Right.
Is the product that we are going to service in a place?
Great way to confuse the court reporter. What? I'm saying yes to the no questions that are on the list, but the fact that I see them is true. What?
Of business, and your dad answered no, correct?
He answered no.
And the next one says what?
Would you be willing to accept a sooner appointment if one became available? And the answer to that one is yes.
Thank you. May I approach?
I love it when Wendy gets onto useless, nothing information like that. That doesn't do anything, and she really milks it, right? She tries to say as many words as she can when the subject really doesn't fucking matter, you know? And get involved with the paperwork, and like she's going through the list and being helpful to solve the case, you know? She uses those times to present like someone who's really open and detail orientated.
Ms. Adelson, you testified on direct when asked some questions about the name change of your children. You recall those questions?
Yes.
Okay, and I think your testimony was that you officially changed your children's last names a year and a half? What did you say?
I legally changed them a year after Danny's death.
Okay. But after he passed away and you went to Miami, it was time for your oldest child to be enrolled in kindergarten, right?
Yes.
And so what were the ages of the children when Danny was murdered?
They were almost 5 and 3.5.
Okay. And so the 5-year-old was going into kindergarten?
Yes.
And where was the other child going to be? Was he being put in a preschool program?
It was a preschool program.
Okay. And so you went and registered them at the school, correct?
Yes.
And the official registration said Markel for the children's last names, correct?
I believe so.
But because you were going to socially refer to them as Adelson, That's what you asked the school to do as well, right?
Yes.
And so when you went into orientation for the oldest child, I'm trying not to say the name, when you went into orientation for the oldest child for kindergarten, and they had his little nameplate there where he was going to sit at his desk, it said last name Adelson, right?
I honestly don't remember him having a last name on. I remember his first name being there, but I don't remember. I thought they put the first names for the kindergartners.
But you asked the school to refer to him by the last name Adelson.
I did. I
Okay.
did.
And so there was an exhibit that was shown to you where your mother had registered him for an after-school flag football, right?
Right.
And so because the school's knowing his name, that he's being referred to as Adelson, that's why she did that, correct?
Correct.
And the youngest one, where was he going to go? Or where did he go?
He was at a preschool, a private preschool, because he was too young to go to the preschool at the public elementary school.
Okay, and whether it was your mother or your father who wrote the email about signing up.
Yeah, not because we're snooty as fuck. Yeah, we tried to get him into a state school, and he was just too young. They wouldn't let him in. So yeah, we had to go. Put him in a school with, where all the politicians' kids go.
And Grandpa's coming with him to. I'm sorry, I'm not Jewish. I didn't understand what that was.
It's okay. Tot Shabbat would have been, like a Sabbath activity where the grandparents would come and sing songs and
Okay.
something like that.
And so the younger one's also being known as last name Adelson.
Yes.
Okay. Because socially, that's what you wanted them to go forward with.
I thought it would make them safer.
Okay.
From what? Like, from what? Seriously? Yeah, no, because their dad was Markel, and there's a chance that he might have been shot by someone who just could not stand the name Markel. We weren't going to take that risk. We weren't going to take that risk.
There was some questions of you on direct about potentially purchasing a home after the divorce was final in 2013. You recall those questions?
I do.
And it was suggested that Charlie convinced you not to do that, right?
That was what was suggested.
But in fact, the reason I think you stated was because you hadn't gotten your settlement yet from Mr. Markel.
Right, I didn't have the money to purchase a home.
And so even though you had been interested in it, you had to notify your realtor that...
It wasn't possible at that time.
Okay.
Oh, have a good birthday, Brian, on Thursday. Yeah, we should be starting our Michael Dunn footage. Anyone who wants to have a look at one of the best, funniest interrogations. Actually, I don't know if we can really call it. It's more of just a long, incriminating statement. But we will be watching Michael Dunn, which occurred on Black Friday, 2012, I think. Has it been that long? Has it been 13 years already? I wonder how he's getting on. He'll be 60 now. I think he was 46 when he went in. And so, yeah, 59. How about it, Mike? Big Mike Dunn. Yeah.
And in the emails that the state introduced and discussed with you, where your mother is making lots of suggestions, mostly after relocation was denied, of things that you could do, like tell Danny you're going to raise them as Catholics, you're going to have them baptized as Catholics. All of those suggestions she was making, correct?
Yes.
She wasn't actually suggesting you do it. She was wanting you to use that as a means of negotiating with Danny, right?
That's my understanding.
That if he thought maybe you were going to do these things, he would reconsider the issue of relocation, correct?
Correct.
Testified that your mother hated Danny at the time that he was killed. Do you remember saying that?
I believe I said that.
But the week before he died, your mother was babysitting for Danny, wasn't she?
Yes.
And
Yeah. We made that up after the event and after my statement, so.
nothing but pleasantries between the two of them.
That's right.
And
I
in
mean,
fact, she actually made him banana bread specifically the way he liked it, right?
it was his favorite.
Without nuts, but with chocolate chips.
That's right.
But you think she hated him?
I think she was mad at him.
Mad at him. There's a difference between being mad at someone and hating them, isn't there?
There is.
Mhm.
I think you testified that, and there may have been an
Have we looked at the fucking emails yet?
email that suggested it, that you would have never left Danny if not for your mom and maybe brother's suggestions. Did you say that?
I don't think that was exactly right. I think it was, I probably wouldn't have left. Kind of suggesting that maybe I would have wanted to, but wouldn't have had the strength or wherewithal to leave on my own.
Okay, isn't it true that each year, maybe not every year, but many years, yourself and Danny would, when you finished the school session here at FSU College of Law, you would go down to Coral Springs or Miami, whichever they were at, and you would spend almost 2 weeks with your parents, right?
Yes.
And that would be yourself and Danny when it was just you, right?
Yes.
And then after you had the children, all of you went down there, correct?
Yes.
Well, in fact, what really happened was in the summer of 2012, when you decided that you were going to leave Danny, Danny was down there with you, correct?
Yes.
And the children were there too?
Yes.
And they were young. How old were they?
In 2012, they would have been 2 and 3.
Okay. And Danny was there, and you actually asked your mom if she'd go out to coffee with you. You remember that?
I don't remember that.
And you told her then that you were going to leave Danny and get a divorce, didn't you?
That sounds right, but I don't remember that.
Okay. And in fact, she suggested counseling to you, and you told her you guys had already been in counseling and it didn't work. Isn't that right?
We had been in counseling and it hadn't worked, but again, this sounds like something that could have happened, but I just don't remember the coffee.
Okay. There was also questions of you, several questions about your interview with law enforcement the day that Danny was shot. You recall those questions from the state?
I do recall the questions.
And they were pointing out things that you had said about your family, your parents, Charlie. You remember those questions?
I do.
Isn't it true that when you were interviewed by law enforcement, what you said initially was that Danny's parents were going to think that you're the one who did it, right?
I did say that.
I wanted to talk about the relocation a little bit. So you have a relocation hearing on June the 18th. Does that sound right?
2013?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. And leading up to that hearing, you notified your mother by email that because she was going to be testifying in court, she would need to wait outside that hearing, correct?
I don't remember that, but that if she was supposed to be a witness, then she couldn't be present for the hearing.
May I approach, Your Honor? I'm going to show you, oh my goodness, I can't read that. I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification purposes, Defense Exhibit 49B. If you could just read that for me, please, to yourself.
Do you want me to read to the end?
No, ma'am, I'm just
Oh.
looking for where you told your mother, get you to agree that you said to her, because you are testifying in court, Mom, you won't be able to sit in on the hearing with me. Is that what
Yes.
you said?
Yes,
Okay.
but I can have Dad there.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
God, Jackie's boring, isn't she? I mean, what the fuck is this? Nothing.
Sometime in April of 2013, so that would be not long before your divorce was final. You took a trip. I don't know if you were speaking there or someone else was, but you took a trip out of town with a gentleman named Miguel. You recall that?
I don't recall the trip, but I was.
Which Miguel? There's 6. Are we talking pool boy Miguel or cocktail bartender Miguel or which Miguel? Okay.
Was seeing Miguel at the time.
Yeah, I had to help him with his immigration. I'm a lawyer. We stayed up all
You recall
night
the
on that
trip?
immigration.
Well, I was seeing Miguel at the time, but I don't know what the trip was in April of 2013. I don't remember that.
Yeah, because there were a bunch. I don't remember what the trip was. You know, I was on a trip. Sometimes I had 4 trips in one weekend.
Can you tell me where we went?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to get that. for
Okay.
you.
Yeah. If you can tell me where we went, that might narrow it down to 10. You know, I had so many trips with Miguel, all of them, different ones at different times, that I qualified for a Friends of the Hilton membership card. For the special rate. Gardener with pecs, Miguel. They're called landscapers. That's the sexy gardener. Landscaper Miguel. You should see him and his wheelbarrow.
Puerto Rico, does that sound familiar?
It was.
I told him to bring the hose to the Hilton.
A clinical professor conference. There's one every year, and that year it was in Puerto Rico.
Okay. And did you speak at that, or you were there to get credit hours or something of that
No,
nature?
I spoke.
Puerto Rico, people are going to be like, oh, maybe she was meeting up with Sigfredo Garcia's mother. They don't know each other. That never happened. It's a bullshit theory.
May I approach, Your Honor? I'm going to now show you what's been marked for identification purposes as Defendant's Exhibit 1E. And it's dated April the 28th of 2013 and addressed Dear Renee. You don't need to read it all, but would you familiarize yourself with your communication there, please?
I just want to get back to Georgia, man. This is nothing going on here. Be honest. Is this too noisy?
Okay, I've read a little bit. Do you want me to?
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I'll point out any sections that I wanted to discuss with you. Would you agree that you wrote this?
Like, how noisy is that? Is it really bad? Because it's freezing.
On April the 28th of 2013.
Yes, it looks like I dated it.
Okay, and that's to Renee,
Yes,
coming back from your trip to Puerto Rico.
yes,
And while you were on this trip, your parents were taking care of the boys, correct?
yes.
Okay. And on the first page, down towards the bottom, you have some bullet points about what you would like to do to resolve your divorce, correct?
Well, I think it was not just about my divorce. It was kind of about how I wanted to be living my life overall.
Yeah, I was trying not to get into the personal information, but that's right. This entire email is really about changes you want to make in your life, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And the last bullet point down.
Changes I want to make in my life? Yeah. I want the landscaper Miguel, cocktail bartender Miguel, pool boy Miguel, and what do you call it? What else? What else? Give me another fine occupation for a Miguel named suitor, Wendi Adelson suitor. What do you call the what can we call them? I don't know. Zookeeper Miguel? Nah, he'd smell like fucking lion shit all day.
At the bottom it says, I've been coming to a place in the last few months where I have realized that I want to keep my job. It allows me the maximum amount of flexibility to spend with my kids while allowing the freedom for intellectual exploration, one-on-one mentoring with students, and meaningful work in the community. I don't care that
Intellectual exploration, one-on-one mentoring with students, and what was it? Meaningful work in the community. Let's review the record, shall we? Meaningful work in the community.
Rivers told my colleagues that I stole from him. Nasty things are said in divorce, and people know that, right?
Yes.
Tallahassee isn't ever where I wanted to live, but it's where the job is. And it's where my boy's father is, which means they don't have to constantly be flying on planes or driving in cars to accomplish our custody situation, right?
Yes.
Driving in cars? You took them down to fucking Miami every week. Their father was in Tallahassee, you were in Tallahassee, you drove them away from their father. This is all just to make herself look like appropriate for the court, right?
So you have the pending petition and motion for relocation, but as of April the 28th, you're starting to think.
Personal trainer's a good one, Christina. Yes, personal trainer Miguel. I feel like we're collecting them all, like Barbie dolls. personal trainer Miguel, cocktail bartender Miguel, pool boy Miguel, and landscaper Miguel. Who's next? Sous chef. Yeah. Would a sous chef be good enough? You know. Valet. Like these are the backups, right? These are the backups. When she's slumming, she's going to the valet Miguel and the sous chef. What else we got? Massage therapist Miguel. A masseur. Yes. Yeah. Definitely. What else? Malibu vacation Miguel. Mixologist. Isn't that just a cocktail bartender, but fancy? Nanny Miguel. I like it. A man nanny. Yeah. All good points. What's this one? Fine taquero. What is a taquero? Flamenco dancer. Definitely, I think top of the list is cocktail bartender, personal trainer, landscaper, pool boy, massage therapist, yes. What else? Someone that makes tacos. Okay. Taquero. Okay.
I think maybe staying in Tallahassee is the right thing to do, correct?
Yes.
And then
How about like a political correspondent for a news channel, someone in front of the camera, outside the Capitol building, doing that thing where they talk to the mic, and then off camera, Wendy's clapping. And what would his name be? They've always got a name like what do they have names like? I can't think of one right now. Sebastian. Sebastian, the political correspondent for the news channel.
And this goes on. Third page is, now you're writing on May the 2nd of 2013, correct?
Yes.
A little different subject, but if you go to the next to the last page of that exhibit, see where it starts, wait, it's me again?
Yes.
Okay. The paragraph after that, I wanted to ask you about this. It says, on Sunday morning, we're supposed to sit on the same stage. You're referring to Mr. Markel, correct?
Yes.
In full regalia and clap for the graduating law students. I love graduation, and the Gibbs has never attended because it's normally on a Saturday morning and he is at synagogue. Correct?
The Gibbs. The Gibbs has never attended.
Yes.
And then you say it's on Sunday this year and I have the boys and the dean wants all faculty to attend, so I need to. It's only 2 hours and my mom can watch the boys during that time. Correct?
Yes.
So it was fairly routine then for you to get your mother or both parents' assistance when you had somewhere that you needed to be and someone needed to take care of the children, correct?
Yes.
concert pianist Miguel. How about that? Like, or maybe an unusual, no, yeah, just straight up concert pianist. Work those fingers. Hey, Wendy, how does it feel to be slut-shamed by 50 million people? You hear how many Miguels we've got? We've got a cocktail bartender, we've got a landscaper, concert pianist, a nanny, journalist, cameraman, takeru, other things. Sous chef.
Sorry, Judge, I have so many papers up here. I'm confused.
Take your time, it's your opportunity. Have a witness.
May I approach? I'm gonna exchange with you, Ms. Adelson. I'll take that one back and then show you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit 1G for identification purposes. Could you review that to yourself, please?
Okay.
I'm not sure if this was to Renee or not. Yeah, you mentioned Renee. So this is on June the 4th of 2013, correct?
Yes.
And we're approaching the hearing date on the relocation motion, which is set for June the 18th, right?
Yes.
And in here, you're expressing some concerns over what you've been through in the divorce. But you said, and I think the state referred to this, that Mr. Markel had sent you a long message about how you could be doing all of the divorce stuff so differently in the spirit of love and joy, where we get together and talk about our vision for the boys and for our future. And I won't say what you said after that, but at this point, you're kind of agreeing with him. You want to do it peacefully, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you talk about the one alternative is you could call Gary. Now, Gary is the gentleman who was kind of offering you a position in Miami, right?
Gary was a partner at the law firm where a position was offered to me.
Okay, and your plan was to have him come and testify at the relocation hearing about the job that he would be giving you if you relocated there, correct?
Yes.
And you had other people who were going to testify there as well on your behalf, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so you say one alternative is you call Gary and say, I've changed my mind. I don't think it's best for my kids to move them to South Florida. I appreciate you saving the job for me, but I'm not going to come to South Florida, correct?
Yes.
And then you say, you call your brother and say, I love you, Charlie, but I'm going to stay in Tallahassee. I know you don't agree with my decision, but that's what's best for me and the kids right now. I hope one day you'll understand. That was something else you were considering, correct?
Right.
And then call your parents and say basically the same thing. And if they wanted to come up anytime and visit you and the boys in Tallahassee, they were free to do so, right?
Yes.
But that's like they've always.
You see, not only we already identified that Wendi Adelson's bullshit story about buying this house was a pressure play to put onto Donna. You know, oh, Mom, I'm giving up. Dan won. We're never going to beat him. I'm giving up. I won't be able to come down, but I'm going to make a life here, Mom. I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to get locked into a house, and then there'll be no turning back. You know, that's a little pressure play on Donna to put the pressure on Charlie to say, get this thing done. But it also has this other purpose of, like what she's doing here, reading out, is a good way for her to represent, hey, you know, I wasn't involved with this murder. I had committed to staying in Tallahassee and co-parenting.
He's been doing, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you think if you take relocation off the table, that it will give you an opportunity to discuss things with Mr. Markel and hopefully work them out, right?
Yes.
On the next page, you talk about what the alternative vision is, and that's what you currently have planned, which is to have Gary fly up to testify at the hearing, right?
Yes.
Your mom would testify, right?
Yes.
They would fly up and spend days with you, correct?
Yes.
You expected at that time the hearing would last 1 to 2 days, right?
Yes.
And you were concerned that you would go through all of that, spending more money, being more stressed. And then you say, for the chance to save face with my family and to be given an opportunity I don't actually want, to live with them in South Florida. That's what you said, right?
Well, I say an opportunity I don't actually want with all of my heart, but maybe part of it,
Okay.
to live with them in South Florida.
All right. And then you say, so I am willing to put myself through all of this just to keep up appearances with my parents and brother that I want to be living down in South Florida or down south with them, even though I don't want to. That's what you said, right?
I say, even though I don't want to give up my current flexible job where I get to spend maximum time with my kids so I can be with them.
Okay. And that was June the 4th of 2013, right?
Yes.
And what you end up choosing was the second alternative, correct?
I went through with the hearing.
Okay. And I think, let me find it. May I approach, Your Honor? I'm going to show you what's already been introduced into evidence as State's Exhibit 60. Let's see if I can figure out their lettering system. That would be Y. I'm going to take this and let you take this book.
Okay.
And if you would review that pleading, or this order that the court entered, please.
Okay.
Have you had an opportunity to review that?
Yes.
So you went into this hearing and Gary ended up coming, correct?
He did.
And he testified, right?
Yes.
And you gave some testimony, correct?
Yes.
And what happened was the judge kind of called a timeout, right?
I don't remember a timeout.
At some point she wanted to speak to counsel, is that right?
I'm sorry, I don't remember that part of her speaking to counsel.
Do you remember the judge making some comments about the children hadn't been harmed and since he hadn't pulled out their toenails?
I do remember the toenail comment, yes.
So she wasn't leaning towards relocation, correct?
No.
Okay, so even though you had other witnesses, you didn't proceed with the hearing, right?
Well, I think we had the hearing and the judge decided.
You didn't call all your witnesses, did you?
I don't remember.
If you look at the order, it says order on wife's petition to relocate with the minor children. And then it says what the court orders and adjudges. The court does not find that the wife has met her burden of proof that a relocation is in the best interest of the minor children. You see that?
Yes, number one.
Yes, and your mother actually stayed outside for the testimony of that hearing with your dad, correct?
I don't remember, but I remember asking her to stay outside if she was going to testify.
Okay. And you came outside at some point and told your parents that relocation was denied, correct?
Correct.
And it's after this hearing, when relocation is denied, that those truly ugly emails that your mother wrote were written by her, correct?
Yes.
May I approach?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, curious monkey. We don't know. I mean, they're trying to make it look like that Donna was caring, and that it doesn't go against any of the evidence that they have against her. I mean, it's ridiculous. They're just filling out the time because the state took a while on Wendi. So if the defense was real quick, 5 minutes, couple of questions, it makes it look like the state wants to be open with this witness and the defense wants to shy away from this witness. Distrust or mistrust.
Actually, if you'd keep that for a second.
Okay.
They're just hoping that the jury get as bored as I am. What's in your head, Donna? It's so funny. All of this drama, and it came down to Donna Adelson dressed in a cardigan, staring over at 12 people that, she considers so unbelievably below her in social standing. Are you, can you spell, not guilty? N-O-T -G.
Once the final judgment was entered, the issue of relocation was over, right?
Yes.
Relocation from July 31st of 2013 until the time that Mr. Markel was murdered was never an issue again, was it?
It was never an issue from the day it was decided on July 31st, 2013. That's when it ended.
Certainly after the final judgment, correct?
Yes.
And that's the end of the discussion about relocation, right?
Yes.
No more plans about...
Is it? It's not what Jeff said in the 8 months that you spent together, which was after July 31st, 2013, He said that's all you spoke about. He said that you couldn't even go to a movie theater without saying how the one in Miami is better.
how to get relocation, that the issue's decided, correct?
Nope.
It was-
Nope. The judge told us. The judge told us, and that was it. That was it.
Decided.
Ms. Adelson, if you look at that order that's entered by the court, besides saying it's denied, it says something pretty important, and I think the state pointed this out in its opening. It says that this denial is with prejudice
Yes, ma'am.
of the wife's petition for request to relocate with the minor children. And you're a lawyer, so you know that with prejudice means this is done. This topic in this divorce is over.
Yes, with prejudice means it's a final decision of the court.
But what it says right before that is, as such, the parties stipulate to the denial with prejudice of the wife's petition. You see that?
Yes, I do.
So what happened is is after the judge says if their toenails haven't been pulled out, I'm not thinking relocation, you actually stipulated to denial with prejudice, right?
Yes.
You did not tell your parents that you stipulated to denial with prejudice, did you?
I don't remember any conversation there, really.
So, not knowing that it was denied with prejudice, your mother thought you still had an opportunity to get it up through your final hearing, right?
I believe so.
And so she kept writing these ugly things and giving you all of these ugly suggestions, right?
She did write those emails.
If you had told her you stipulated with prejudice, that's probably not what you wanted, Mom, but that would have been the end of it, right?
I don't know. I would just be guessing.
May I approach?
You may.
Well, if you'd just be guessing, after she thought it was finally over on July the 31st, there were no more emails suggesting you do things like she suggested between the hearing date on June the 20th and the final hearing on July the 31st, did she?
Can you help me? What is the question?
Sure. So your mother doesn't know when you get out of the hearing on June the 20th that you've stipulated that this is a forever decision. So she writes these ugly emails, right?
She may not have understood that it was a final decision of the court.
It was a decision of the court because you stipulated to it, Ms. Adelson, didn't you?
I did stipulate to it.
And she didn't know it. She thought you had up until the final hearing. So she's marching along trying to come up with more suggestions of how you can pressure Danny and get him to agree for you to relocate, even though you know it's dead, right?
I knew that it was a final decision.
And after July the 31st, when she thought it was a final decision, she wrote no more emails suggesting you do these crazy things to still try and get relocation, did she?
I don't remember the dates of the email, but...
And you
I'm
testified
guessing no.
when you got up, when the state was asking you questions, after you said your mother hated Danny at the time that he was killed, which you've clarified now that she was mad at him, not that she hated him. You testified you hated him at the time he was killed, right?
I don't remember testifying to that.
Well, then we'll need to take a break, Judge. May
Do you have
we
any
approach?
Questions for the witness?
I do. May we approach?
Please approach.
Please approach. Yeah, let's wrap it up, Jackie.
Ms. Adelson, isn't it true that before getting married to Mr. Markel in, was it 2006?
2006 we got married.
Isn't it true that you've stated that you knew on your fancy wedding day, when you were all dolled up and feeling like you were an actor in someone else's show, you knew it on your honeymoon when you were enjoying the vacation but not thrilled to be there with him, you said, "I'm not sure I liked him, let alone loved him, but I was eager to start a life with someone and he wanted to do it with me." You recall saying that?
I don't recall saying that, no.
I have placed in front of you what's been previously marked as Defendant's Exhibit 1B for identification purposes. It's towards the bottom of page 3.
I see that I said that in 2013.
Ms. Adelson, you would agree that when Danny Markel was murdered on June the 18th of 2014, your little boys lost their father for the rest of their life.
On the day that he was murdered was July 18th, and yes, my boys lost their father.
They're growing up as 11 years have passed without his influence in their life in any way. Isn't that correct?
I wouldn't say without his influence in any way, but yes, they've grown up without their father.
He's not here to give them advice.
He is not.
He can't come to any of their functions, sports, anything else.
Correct.
They're not eating kosher like they would have with their father.
They are not.
They don't have him at all.
They don't have him in their lives day to day, no.
Because on July the 18th,
It's 24/7 Bacon Towers at our house.
of 2014, he was brutally murdered in his driveway. Isn't that true?
That is true.
And you testified on direct that anybody in your family that had anything to do with it should be held responsible. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And that includes you, doesn't it?
Anyone who's responsible.
Redirect examination.
When you said you were an actor in someone else's show, whose show was it?
I think I felt like I just wasn't fully present in my own life, that I had always been a real people pleaser. And so there was an aspect of not always being true to myself and wanting to make other people happy.
And one of those people is your mom, right?
Yes.
And that's part of why you kept going with relocation, even when you kind of had some doubts about it, right?
I would say it's part of the reason.
You were asked on cross-examination about the final order on relocation issued June 20th, 2013, and didn't you stipulate to making it with prejudice, I guess? Do you remember doing that?
I don't actually remember stipulating. I mean, I see it in the order, but I don't remember actively saying anything or participating in a stipulation.
In fact, when you testified about this previously, didn't you indicate you didn't know what with prejudice meant?
I think it's not something that comes up in my daily practice, and so at the time I had forgotten that it meant that it was a final order.
All right, and it was suggested or said on cross that you didn't tell your mom it was final and she was misled and she thought there was still room for it, right?
That is what was said to me on cross.
I'm going to approach and show you what I've marked as 64JJ. Let's take a moment to review this exhibit and let me know when you're done.
Okay. Okay.
Do you recognize that email?
I mean, I recognize the email address. Is that what you mean?
Yes, ma'am. Who's
Yes.
the email from?
The email is from my mom and dad's email address to a friend of theirs.
Who's the friend?
The Kligermans. I think it's Vicky, the woman in the relationship.
Okay, and it's signed Love Donna, right?
Yes, sorry. So it's from my mom.
And in this email, does she indicate to the Klingermans that there is no chance at the appellate level for appeal of your relocation?
Yes, that's what the email says.
All right, and is that email dated 6/25 of 13?
Yes.
So 5 days after the order was issued, your mom did know that that order was final, based on this?
Based on that email, yes.
Okay, it was, you were asked questions about, your mom never suggested any harm to Dan Markel to you, but she did want to bribe him, yes?
Yes.
Take control from him, weren't those her words?
Yes.
Aggravate him,
Yes.
scare him.
I don't remember scare him, but I believe that was part of it.
Give him some grief.
Yes.
Take something from him.
Yes.
Show that fucker what would make him absolutely miserable.
Yes.
But definitely not.
Yeah. Show that fucker, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fucking put nuts in the banana bread that he hates. He wants chocolate chips, there's not gonna be any chocolate chips. And I'm gonna use these bananas that we already threw into the trash. He'll never know.
Kill him, right?
I don't know what the question is.
Donna was caring and devoted to your boys. You were asked about that. That's true, right?
Yes.
In fact, she maybe cared a little too much about your life and you and what was going on with you sometimes, right?
I don't know that you can care too much.
Even the Nazi uniform craziness came from her version of some kind of place of love. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Because although her lawyers tried to downplay this, she was suggesting a baptism for these kids, right?
Yes.
She said she looked into it and could get it done in 2 weeks, right?
I believe that's what it said.
And didn't she justify the means or claim that this would be harmless to your children because it was just like playing dress up to them, right?
Yes.
Just like Jake the Pirates.
Yes.
Yeah. Jake the Nazi. Can you imagine? Two very young boys, Jewish boys, dressed as Nazis with swastika and everything. I mean, it's if it wasn't so sick, it would almost be like a work of art, you know, conceptual art, thought-provoking. You know, I think the United Colors of Bannerton might have been interested in that being their, you know, winter line model, you know, campaign.
She thought the ends, relocation, would justify the means, didn't she?
Yes.
And she thought a move to South Florida was what was best for you
Yes.
and what was best for your children,
Yes.
who she cared about more than anyone in the world.
I mean, I don't know who she cared about most in the world, but she loves me.
Is there anyone that she cares about more than those two boys?
Yeah. We cared about them so much that we wanted to teach them how to Zig Heil. You know, Abba would come and pick them up and run over for a double hug, and they'd do the salute and say Heil Hitler. The fuck.
Boys.
My dad.
Okay. She thought relocation was best for those boys. They were
Yes.
going to have better opportunities, right?
Yes.
Better family support,
Yes.
a happier mother
Yes.
with a more lucrative profession.
Yes.
And your lives all depended on it. Isn't that what she said?
Yes.
And Dan Markel could have agreed, couldn't he?
He was amenable, but then he didn't want to, ultimately.
Well, he could have moved to South Florida, right? Isn't that what you were asked on cross?
Yes, he could have.
Could have moved to South Florida and enjoyed all that delicious kosher food down there, right?
Yes.
And if he had relented, you and he could have had separate lives in Miami and happily co-parented the boys, right?
In
That
theory,
could have happened.
Yes, it could have.
Except he wouldn't relent, would he?
I mean, he said no, and so we had a hearing, and the judge said no.
Right. He wouldn't relent. He wouldn't give your mom what she wanted, would he?
I mean, we only had one conversation about it, so it wasn't like a ongoing thing.
It wasn't an ongoing thing? What wasn't?
I mean, between Danny and I, we talked about relocation. He said he would think about it, and then he said he didn't want to. And then we had the hearing, and then that was the end of it for me.
Yes, but you were asked on cross, wouldn't things have been potentially great for Danny down there too?
Yes, I think they would have.
Couldn't we all have lived happily ever after if he would have agreed to move down there too? Possibly, right?
Possibly.
But he wouldn't agree.
He didn't agree, no.
Nothing further.
Well, thanks, Georgia. God, did we really go through all of Wendy's testimonies? That was it was 6 episodes, man. Too much. We should have just cut Jackie out. What the fuck was that? What are we gonna do now? Should we do something else? What time is it? It's 11:45 over in oh.
Do you have your ID with you?
I just listened to my voicemail.
What'd you hear? Who was your voicemail?
It's from Lacey Carey, who is my real estate agent, or who I had gone with to find a house. She just said she was driving around town and she heard there was a shooting on Trescott.
Yeah. That's what this is about. I'm sorry you had to hear it that way.
I'm sorry, I didn't know if I should.
It's all right. Just leave it there. Is it still on?
It's right there.
Hey, it's Lisa Carey. It is Friday, and I feel like an idiot doing this, but I just heard that there was a shooting over on Trescott, and I promise I'm not trying to be dramatic or even nosy. I don't know, just checking on you, my friend. I hope all is well. I hope your sweet boys are well, and if there's anything you need, let me know. It just ran a chill down my spine when I heard that there was something going on Trescott. All right, 212-3083. Hope all is well, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
That's all right. You can stop it. Or does it stop automatically?
It's done.
Okay. Do you have your identification with you? So you never took the last name of Markel?
No.
Adelson.
Take the last name of Markel? Why would I do that? I'm an Adelson.
Wendy with an I. Joe. All right. There was a shooting at your home, or your ex-husband's home, at 2116 Trescott. Okay. Your ex-husband, Daniel, all right, has been taken to the hospital. He's not going to survive.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, hard. I have a message from him this morning. What happened?
Well,
What
before
happened?
we get into everything, I have to establish where you were and who you were with, and so forth. Okay, and then once we've established all that, I can give you more details.
Okay.
Do you understand why I wanted you to come here before I discuss this?
Oh my God.
Doesn't it just make you sick every time I look at it? The fuck? I get more and more annoyed with General Isom every time. You know, what were you doing, man? You missed that meal. And you never miss a meal. Sometimes you double down. Yeah. We're not going to watch this, are we? Not now. Not now. Maybe we'll do it again soon. I'd like to just cut it up with a few bits and pieces. It's just going to take so long. I need an extra pair of hands, an extra pair of eyeballs. Anyone want to help out? Give me your eyeballs. Give both of them to me. Send them to me. I'm new here, Metrics. It's friggin' hilarious. It wasn't even a good show. Come back another time when we're on our game. It just gets better and better. Yeah, but thank you, Monkey, for your comment. Acapella. Uh-oh. I'd better put on my white knight armor. Yeah. Yeah. His knights in white satin armor. He's a moody blue. That's all he is. That's all he'll ever be. With his finger in the soup. Is that tomato? Oh. Well, it's not anymore. Fudge fingers. What do we used to call him? What do we used to call the general? Oh yeah, desk lunch. You know, like everyone in the office just gets sick of him bringing in, like, burritos and eating them at his desk loudly. So they just call him desk lunch. You all know what I'm talking about. There's always somebody that wants to eat at their desk. And in this precinct, it's him. There's no question here. There's no question at all. K-Love. Clove. It was Kiwi Vandman. It was quite funny to see the level of lies and deception Wendi has been forced to continue through these trials. What a mindfuck it must be to be this deep in the darkness, into the darkness. I think she's just inconvenienced, you know. She wanted to get this wrapped up in one trial. But, yeah. Wendigo. Wendigo is the epitome of awful. Absolutely. So what do we do? Should we just cut it off there? Gotta do some prep tomorrow for Michael Dunn. I mean, we've got Thanksgiving just around that corner. Then, you know, might as well hit it on the anniversary, right? Why not? So yeah, maybe we'll just cut it off. Maybe we'll cut it off. Just leave it there. Leave it while we're still winning a little bit. Well, maybe he was a little bit alive. I thought if he was a little bit alive, I could bring the boys and they could get one last picture with their dad with a mangled, deformed face. You know? Yeah. They could just touch his wounds, touch Abba's wounds, and, you know. You know that when she wanted to go to the hospital, when she meant a little bit alive, she was hoping for just conscious enough that he had one eye open, that he could see her, and that she could give him a nodding grin, just to say, yes, this was me. I did this. Bet you wish you'd signed those papers now, eh? Adelson's win. Yeah. In his favorite Bible verse, lunch, 12:15. And then Peter said, and then John said, I listen to this while I'm working or falling asleep. Usually aligns with one of those two scenarios. Yeah. You could do all three at the same time. That's what I would do. Work, sleep, listen. That is an interesting and suspicious comment. What is 33 degrees in Sydney? No AC. Working from home. Yeah, that was me in the summer. Now it's 4 degrees Celsius or centigrade. Are those two the same thing? Fahrenheit. All these fancy fuckers over in the Western Hemisphere. Fahrenheit. Inches. Feet. Pounds. What? ounces. Yeah, what else we got? Anything quick? Anything quick? Something quick. Gotta have something quick. Why don't we go to the Pulp Fiction? Pulp Fiction. How do I even search for that? What did I call it? Judge Everett ain't no bitch. Our masterpiece. What does Judge Everett look like?
What?
What country you from?
What?
What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
What?
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Yes.
Then you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Describe what Judge Everett looks like.
What?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
He's black.
Go on.
He's bald.
Does he look like a bitch?
What?
Does he look like a bitch?
No!
Then why are you trying to fuck him like a bitch, Brett?
I didn't.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Brett. You tried to fuck him. And Judge Everett don't like to be fucked by anybody except Mrs. Everett. You read the Bible, Brett?
Yes.
Well, there's this passage I've got memorized. Sort of fits the occasion. Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquity of the selfish and the tyranny of the Adelson family. Blessed is he who in the name of Geoffrey Lacasse shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee. Yes, thank you for watching. Yeah. Well, it had to be done, didn't it? I got the idea when I realized that Judge Everett was black and bald. Just like Marcellus Wallace. I think we should do more. We should do more Pulp Fiction Judge Everett clips. That should be our new thing. Anyway. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, guys. Look, you know, we'll try and get on a little earlier. I'm thinking 8 o'clock. I'm thinking 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. What's all this late hour stuff we've been doing lately? It's too much. We've got to be there early. We've got to be there for the team. We've got to be there for the coffees. Please do support the channel at buymeacoffee.com/TrueCrimeMetrics. And we'll see you tomorrow. All right? Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for coffee. Thanks for moderator. And everybody else. Catch you later. Boom.